So putting the model in production or deploying our model is the next step whenever we have our model perfectly set, ready and evaluated. The first thing comes the integration of the model. So once we have a machine learning model ready and validated, then we have to integrate this with some system or some application so that a real world can make use of it or a real user can make use of it, right? So for that there are different steps that we do. So the one of these steps is that we can convert our model into some uh, deployable file, like a .pkl file, .h5 file, and there are different formats of file like exe files you must have seen. So those kind of files, and it can be used by it can be installed on any system and it can be used by any application. The another is way that how can we put this in production, that we can create a API layer for our model. So let's say we are using Flask or we are using any other web development model. So we can just create the input and output interfaces to our model. So after creating the API, you can just enable that it takes some of the data load and it triggers the model. So the data loads come, it triggers the model, and this API is returning some kind of output to the user. And whenever we are integrating our models, we just have to take care of the security protocols of our organization, and we have to get the different approvals, and we have to implement the access controls also if required. To host your model, you can choose any type of the platform. It is AWS, it is Azure, it is GCP, or it is your on-prem server. Any kind of server can be there, and we can containerize our model for the consistency across all the environments. It will be easy to move from one to another environment. And then we can use Kubernetes or similar kind of orchestration tool for scaling and managing the deployment, right? And we can establish the CICD pipelines also, so that whenever there are changes, upcoming changes will sync with the production environment or different environment. There is a change implemented in the model. And we have to remember one thing, that a model can perform well whenever it is in the testing data, and it might not perform well when it is put under the real world data. So we have to put a sharp monitoring model to see that how this perform